Hello, Surf Painter, out in a very pretty area on a very nice day up on Marshall Mountain outside of Missoula, Montana. It's new territory for me, out riding the electric unicycle, and today I'm out on the EX.N. I recently just got these Clark pad bumpers for the front and rear. Couldn't help myself, I still kept my little chunks of foam velcroed on just for a goofy look. Also, if I do come off the wheel and those little pieces of foam come off, it'll kind of let me know where the wheel made some contact with the ground. But wonderful wheel, and really liking my current setup with it, how it rides, how it feels. Generally keep it on hard mode for predictability. But I came up about as far as I could today. It's probably 80 degrees Fahrenheit. It's hot. But not like overwhelmingly hot. But I was tracking the wheel temperature, and it definitely got all the way up to 170. And feel my way out, and this road that I'm standing on that isn't much of a road gets more defined. Probably can't tell it with the film, but it's pretty steep. And it's pretty steep where I was coming up. I actually let the wheel rest, get down to 140, 145, something like that, and then rode it up until it got to 170, which on the app isn't in the red. And I don't know if that's a setting or if that's actually the wheel, because I know other wheels, they actually hit the red on the app warning temperature. I think it's like 150, 160 at a lower temperature. But riding the EX.N, it does seem to ride hotter than other wheels, which I don't know anything about. If that's good, bad, indifferent, how to really factor that into safe riding. And also with that hollow motor, you don't get a lot of feedback from the wheel. So like when you're going up something steep, I mean, you can kind of feel the wheel, you know, when you push it, but not like the hub motor, the older wheels, like non-hollow motors. Those you could really tell when you're starting to really press the wheel to the point where you're like, man, I should probably not be pushing it any further. But this one's harder to tell for me, and I'm hoping that it just has a lot of it's robust in terms of what it can deal with, and I think it is, actually, based on some YouTube movies I've watched. But anyways, so where I'm standing is either on a ski run or what was planned on being a ski run. I don't know if the chairlift, if you ever could get up this high when Marshall Mountain was running, but they definitely cleared this out. But it kind of looks like it's in a halfway state of them figuring it out. Marshall Mountain really was victim to changing climate. It was, I wouldn't say thriving, but it was a popular ski area in the 80s. Into the 90s, but it was into the 2000s where they just didn't have enough snow, and then eventually just closed. And I think there actually is a story there with the land and the ownership and all that stuff. This is a very highly it's just a mountain bike heaven, the trails and where you can explore here. I didn't run into any mountain bikers, yet on this trip, but I did the last time I came out here, and they were super, super nice, and even kind of told me about this road. So I just think out here what I'll do is I'll stay on the mountain roads, stay off the single track, and if anyone wants to have a conversation, I'm more than willing to have that conversation. But we get some music situated. And begin my descent.
We don't want nobody pushing us around. I apologize.
But tell me, just what is it that you want to do?
Well, we want to be free. We want to be free to do what we want to do. We want to be free to ride. We want to be free to ride our machines without being hassled by the man. And we want to get loaded. And we want to have a good time. And that's what we're going to do.
Well, when, baby? Let's go.
We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a party.
You know, it's funny, I always seem to be filming descents, going down hills. There's a reason for that. And if I figure it out, I'll definitely let you know. Well, I haven't been on this before. I came down this just to kind of see, but now that it splits up into literally 4 different pathways, I think I'm going to go back up to where I was familiar and then just ride that road down. I should probably check the temperature, but I imagine nice and cool after that little bit of a descent. Starting to get more familiar with the EX.N, and one of the interesting things about it is when you're going up steep hills, I mean that was relatively steep, with the Sherman Veteran, oftentimes on some steep climbs you get this stuttering with the tire, this kind of bounce stutter. It doesn't even necessarily need to be a rough surface. And with the EX.N, it just holds traction better in those situations. And I guess that's firmware. And one thing that I would add on to that is, like when you stand on the wheel and then you like try to do a quick, rapid acceleration. So if you're at rest, basically, you can spin the wheel, you can burn out like on gravel, on a loose surface. All my other wheels, that's really, really easy to do, but not this one. And this one has great acceleration, but that initial move, the tire really does not want to spin. And I'm guessing that this is a firmware thing. But it's a great quality with the EX.N because my EX.N has the Kenda street tire. My Sherman has the off-road tire, and yet on certain climb surfaces, this wheel maintains traction better.
sacredness inside.
Yeah, that's an amazing road. But I imagine I'll run into more traffic on that, more people on certain occasions. That gal had just come up that long ascent when I passed her. I think she was probably pretty focused on her pedaling. But those guys look like one approved, the rest weren't sure. But I got through without any negativity, which I'm all on board with, and I actually hope that they're kind of talking about it now, or just completely forgot about that moment and moved on. Because I would really like to get the mountain bike community on board with me riding in certain areas in the region, which kind of yet to be seen. But man, what an incredible little chunk of terrain. That was really fun first time going up, and just as fun coming back down. But there's another road right up here. This might be it. And there's no cars, so I think I'm gonna do a little more exploration. Wow, what an incredible road. Obviously a lot of logging going on. Obviously vehicles that come up and down this, but it's just incredible condition road. Ridden again fast. So I was 135 at the bottom, even though this isn't really steep. Just the amount of distance and speed I'm traveling. Sitting at 155, but it doesn't seem to be climbing. At 156. But based on my Right, so far, well within reason, well within safety parameters. You can see at the other side of the mountain there, mountain road zigzagging up. I wonder if this is connected. Still got a lot of range on the wheel. Probably 2 hours of light left. Maybe an hour and a half of light left before sunset. So I'm gonna keep my eye on the temperature. Just kind of ride this road out a ways.
telling us what to do. We don't want nobody pushing us around.
I apologize.
like we got a little fork here. Main road, offshoot. I think I'll call the filming done here. Take a quick look at the phone, see if I can't make heads or tails of exactly where I'm at, where I might be going. It'd be really interesting if this road looped out and I didn't have to backtrack it all the way out to where I came in. But especially on a brand new road, I think it's always good to kind of focus in. And now that things are getting a little more complicated, put the camera away. But that was a ton of fun. Wow. If the mountain bikers will be welcoming, I think this is a place where I'll come and explore more often. Made it this far? Thanks for watching.